first day of a new signing can set the tone for an entire career, and for Rodrygo'S, Arsenal's £50 million Brazilian sensation, his opening chapter could hardly have been more perfect. What unfolded at London Colney was not just a routine introduction to his new teammates, it was a moment of history, of legacy, and of destiny, as Rodrygo shared an unforgettable encounter with none other than Thierry Henry, Arsenal's greatest ever player. As the sun rose over Arsenal's training base, anticipation filled the air. Fans had already been buzzing for weeks since the announcement of Rodrygo'S shock move from Real Madrid. The young forward, who left behind the glitz of the Bernabeu, walked into London Colney with determination written across his face. Every step he took onto the lush training pitches carried the weight of expectation, but also the hope of a fan base longing for glory. Rodrygo immediately looked sharp, showing off the pace, trickery, and flair that made him a rising star in Spain. His first touches in Arsenal colours oozed confidence. Whether it was combining with new teammates, sprinting down the wing, or firing crisp shots at goal, the 24-year-old showed he was here not just to adapt, but to make an impact. But the biggest surprise of the day came from the presence of a man whose name is etched into Arsenal folklore. Few figures command instant respect at Arsenal like Thierry Henry. The club's all-time top scorer, invincible, and global icon of football, Henry's shadow looms large over every player who wears the red and white shirt. His sudden arrival at training instantly lifted the atmosphere, as players, coaches, and staff stopped to acknowledge the legend in their midst. For Rodrygo, the meeting was beyond symbolic. Cameras captured the two exchanging warm smiles, a handshake, and words that seemed to resonate deeply with the Brazilian. For Henry, it was a chance to pass on a message, one that only someone of his stature could deliver. For Rodrygo, it was a reminder of what Arsenal represents: history, greatness, and ambition. The image of Henry standing side by side with Rodrygo sent shockwaves through the Arsenal fan base. Supporters took to social media to express their joy and excitement, calling the moment a passing of the torch and the beginning of something special. Many even drew comparisons between the two: Henry, a fearless forward who changed Arsenal forever, and Rodrygo, a new arrival carrying the weight of expectation and the promise of a brighter future. Henry's presence was not just about nostalgia. It was a reminder of the standards Arsenal once held: the attacking flair, the fearlessness, and the hunger for silverware. Seeing him offer advice to Rodrygo felt like a bridge between past glory and future ambition. Fans couldn't help but believe that this was destiny, that Rodrygo was the chosen one to carry Arsenal back to greatness. Across social media platforms, the buzz was electric. Videos of Rodrygo's silky skills in training combined with snapshots of him listening intently to Henry went viral in minutes. Arsenal fans from London to Lagos, from New York to Sao Paulo, all shared the same feeling: excitement. Some called it the start of a new Invincibles era. Others said Rodrygo could be Henry's true heir. For many, it was simply emotional, a reminder of why football connects so deeply to history and identity. The idea of Rodrygo walking in Henry's footsteps ignited a wave of optimism unlike anything Arsenal has seen in years. What makes this story so special is that it was more than just football drills on a training ground. It was about identity, legacy, and belief. For Arsenal fans, who have endured years of near misses and rebuilding, Rodrygo's arrival feels like a turning point. And his very first day, shared with Thierry Henry, made it feel like destiny. Rodrygo himself looked comfortable, composed, and hungry to succeed. He trained with intensity, showed chemistry with his teammates, and carried himself like a player ready to embrace the challenge. But it was the symbolism of his meeting with Henry that elevated the day into something unforgettable. The journey is only beginning for Rodrygo at Arsenal, but the stage is already set for greatness. He will face the pressure of the Premier League, the expectations of fans, and the demands of European nights. Yet, with the wisdom of legends like Henry guiding him, and the unwavering support of the Arsenal faithful behind him, his story already feels iconic. Rodrygo'S first day was more than an introduction, it was a declaration. The message was clear: Arsenal is not just building a team, they are building a legacy. With Rodrygo leading the charge, inspired by the greatness of Henry, the dream of a new golden era feels closer than ever. For Arsenal fans, the sight of past and future colliding at London Colney was pure magic. The legend and the newcomer. The history and the hope. Thierry Henry and Rodrygo'S. A handshake that may well symbolize the dawn of a new Arsenal era. And so, the journey begins.